Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, really wanna know.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So today I'm up here at the ranch house working on the bedroom again. Today I have some more painting to finish up, and then we're just going to get a lot of stuff done in today's video. I'm not sure of the exact order it's going to be in, but today I came up here to work on a railing for the loft. So up here there is no railing, and it's just a little sketchy. You know what's crazy is, like, back in the day when I was a kid, I never really was scared to be up here. We used to come up here all the time as kids, and it's just funny to me that we are so worried. I don't know, as adults you are more worried about things than you were when you were kids. I am like terrified up here. I'm scared of heights now. I don't know what happened. I used to not be, but and you know what's crazy is, like, I was so little and I was up here and it didn't seem that high, but now as an adult it feels like I'm on top of the world up here and I don't like it. Anyway, I'm going to be building a little railing. So I bought some of these from Lowe's and I bought a bunch of other material. So I'll show you what I got. I got to get some measurements and start cutting some wood and seeing how it all comes together. And what I'm going to do, so I bought these little fence things, or not fence, what are they for? They're for like railings for like on a porch or something like that. So what I'm going to do is measure. My brother said he wanted it to be like 22 inches. Let me see. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to cut these directly in half, and that will be the height, and I'll just lay that board. I got it. So I'm just going to cut these directly in half. That way I'll have enough to do the whole thing. Going across. Yeah, that'll work perfectly. Okay, so it'll be... So my first step here is just going through and cutting all these boards down to the same length. As soon as I'm done with this, I will show you the other two boards I purchased. And basically, it's just a porch railing. I just made it smaller.
Let's figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I figure out where the road goes.
Alright, right here is the board that I'm talking about, and typically you would usually see these boards just like this going right into those little wood cutouts. But because of the way that the loft is, I wanted it to kind of have more of a lever. I don't know how to really explain it. Later on in the video I'll show you what I'm talking about, but I decided to do it this way instead. That way I could put these screws from the railing directly into the base of the bed instead of on the little rail that was there, because the original railing on the loft bed was very wobbly and I really wanted to reinforce that. So that's why I chose to do this instead.
like I said, later on in the video, it'll make more sense when you see it. I'm also using 2.5-inch wood screws to make sure that these boards are very secure. I probably could have gotten away with just using 2-inch, but I just wanted to go that extra mile. And I also would have pre-drilled these holes if I had a drill bit with me, but it was one of the items I ended up forgetting, of course. So I decided to just go slow and steady, and thankfully there was no wood splitting, so it all ended up working out in the end.
Stumbling out of bed, and I still got you in my head from all those pretty words you said. It's like I'm wasted. Every time I see your face, I'm losing track of time and space. I don't know where I am. It's like I'm wasted, and I won't waste it. And I promise that I will stand by you forever. I can't get you out of my mind. I will follow you wherever, and I won't waste this. I'll follow you, yeah. I'll follow you, yeah. Could you come a little closer now? 'Cause I don't wanna slow this down. My heart is screaming out your name. I'm wasted on you. Here we are, right underneath the stars. So let's get a little reckless. You make me breathless, and I won't waste this. And I promise that I will stand by you forever. I can't get you out of my mind. I will follow you wherever.
All right, so I got it up there. Let me tell you something. It's heavier than it looks. Thank you, baby. But I got it up there. I just got to finish off this side. I'm going to do the same thing I did here, but up there, there's like this little area. I'm just going to kind of close off that little side right there. I don't really know what else to do besides close it off. I think it'll be fine if I just close it in on this one side right here and then have this. So I like it. I think it looks nice. I got to stain it all, but I'm not going to put it up there just yet because we got to get that other bed down, and it'll be easier to get it down before I stain it and put it in place. Yeah. Hey guys, so I am at Ollie's right now. I'm going to run in and grab some flooring for the bedroom. We're going to go with more of like an oak colored flooring just so that way it plays nicely with the other colors that are in the room. And the other bedroom makeover that I did, the one for our room, we went a lot darker on the floor, but since this room we have a lot of existing wood, I just feel like it's going to look a lot nicer going with more of that traditional oak color. So hopefully they have some in stock. I didn't think this through. I should have called before I drove all the way over here. I literally pulled in and then I thought to myself, man, they better have this flooring. We'll see, but we're going to go in here, see what they got, see if I can find anything else for the room, and bring you guys along. Let's go look. Okay, so I'm here right now, and unfortunately they only have one color in the size that we need. I think it'll look good, but it just sucks that there's not more of an option. Oh, this is the one I'm talking about. So we're probably just gonna end up having to go with this one because this is the other color we were talking about doing, because it's like a lighter floor, and I feel like it would play nicely with the room. My brother's gonna measure it to see. I'm kind of bummed because this is the color that we need. I hope this one will fit. This is a 9x12 and this one's a 12x15. Do I have paint on me? No. The shadow. But I had paint on me. So we're up here painting. I'm already covered in it. I'm actually about to stain the railing that's right there, if you can see it, with some stain that matches the wood that's already in here. So that is my job, but I gotta grab my tripod. So that's what I'm getting now. And we also already got the flooring. Hold on, sorry, I'm like all upside down.
trying to do this. We got the flooring and it looks so good. So I can't wait to get that put in as well. Making progress. Okay, so I'm gonna stain this here using this super old stain. This is an early American color. This was left over from, I guess, whenever they did the wood in there, which is pretty crazy. It's pretty old, but I already opened it. Oh yeah. There's a stick. Just kidding. Doesn't want to open. Open it. There we go. Okay. So a lot of times I don't purchase gloves. It's something that is never on the top of my list of things that I need. I go into the store sometimes and I'm like, what did I need to get? I forget a list. I need to just go ahead and buy me like a big box of disposable gloves for jobs like this. But when you don't have a glove, just use a grocery bag. It works really good. I just kind of wrap it around my hand. Sometimes I'll attach it to my arm with a hair tie, but on this day you can see I'm just kind of holding it up, and it worked great and it kept my hand free of stain. While the railing is drying, we actually rode to the other side of the property where we camped out the previous night. We had like a little camping trip with some family and it was so much fun. So I'll insert a little bit of footage of that, but it was just a great time. It ended up freezing, you guys. We were so cold. We left at like 4 in the morning and just left all of our tents and everything. So we had to quickly clean all that up before we could get back to work. All right. So we've been painting. I had some help today. My brother painted the closet and he also built this little shelving situation here. He is going to be putting his like little mini fridge and making this kind of like a little kitchenette area. And then Dylan helped me finish painting up top here. So all up there. It's not, it's not perfect, but it's okay. It's just a hunting lodge. It doesn't have to be. He got a little bit of paint on a lot of paint on the ceiling, but it's fine. It's okay. It'll all look good once it's all done and everything's in here.
Goes like this?
Yes.
That's not dry. My hands are sticky.
It's not too bad. Okay, so Dylan is cutting me another 2x4 to put down there to make this secure. I probably should stain that first though. I'm scared these are gonna be too big, baby.
He's outside.
Alright, so you could hear me talking about how I was a little worried that the screws were too long, but they ended up being perfect. And you can also see here kind of like the design idea I had. So I wanted that, what is it, like a it's basically like a 2x4. The 2x4 with the notches cut out, the part that I'm screwing into now. I wanted it to lay flat against the plywood that I'm standing on. That way, it was making this top, so, okay, you see that piece that's like kind of sticking up a little bit? It is not secure. It is very wobbly. There was no way I was going to be able to attach the railing to that and it be secure enough. I needed something to go into the plywood that I'm sitting on. So that's why I did it this way. And once I got through and I put in screws in between each of these boards, we then took the 4x4 that I attached at the end and we attached that to the existing little railing, and it just completely reinforced it, and it is solid, so much more secure and a lot safer than it was. Alright, so here's a quick overview. I got the railing done today. Dylan helped me out with that. My brother and Dylan also helped me paint. They painted all of this area, all of this. So you can see there's a few touch-ups that need to be made, but I'm scared of heights, so they were on the ladder painting that, so I'm not going to complain. I'm very thankful for their help. So got that done, and then Dylan and I attached the railing up there so it's nice and sturdy. I'll get it there and show you in a second. Tomorrow we'll be installing the flooring, the trim that goes around the room. I still have one trim board to put back here, so that's why the paint's a little messed up. And I'm going to be framing out this window with wood trim as well, just so it matches everything. So that is where we're at. She's looking beautiful. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to have this room done. It's gonna look so good. Once the flooring is in here, it's gonna like completely transform the space. Flooring makes a huge difference. And I showed you the flooring earlier, but it just elevates the room, you know, I mean, because right now it looks good, but when you look down at the flooring, it's like, oh, what is that? So when the flooring is in, it's gonna really make it look really good. And I got a rug to put over here just to kind of make it still stay cozy. Right, so up here in the little loft area, this is just this is just a queen size bed space, and then there's like a little area you can put like drinks and stuff. So the bed will be back up here soon, but then we just added this rail because when the bed sits right here, there was like nothing protecting you from like rolling off. So adding that railing just made it a lot safer for them to sleep up here, and it's solid now. Like it doesn't wiggle, which is great. I was like really concerned because even this part right here was loose before we added the rail, and I didn't like it. It was just made me worried. So happy to have that fixed, and I gotta get the stairs all cleaned up. I got some stain so I can touch up any of the areas that are chipped, so that'll be nice to do. The stairs will look fresh and clean, but it's looking good. The next day we started installing the flooring. The flooring? Oh my gosh. The flooring. My brother and I were working on this, and a lot of you recommended to take the flooring outside, lay it completely flat, measure out the room, and cut it, and that was genius. It worked so much better than the way I did it in the other room. So here we are just rolling out the floor after it's already been cut, and it was just so much easier this way. There was a few areas that we had to kind of cut a little bit and trim up, but overall, so much smarter to do it the way that a lot of you recommended, so thank you for that. Once we got all of the flooring in place, I went around with the flooring tape, the exact same brand that I used in the previous makeover that I did. I'll be sure to link it below. You can see the roll is right there next to my legs, and I just roll it out, and it's double-sided tape basically, and it's just super simple. So I placed all that while my brother made hamburgers, and let me tell you, I should have got a video of him making that hamburger. The best hamburger I've ever ate in my life. He even made one for my dad, and I was like, this is like a restaurant style hamburger. It was that good. And my dad's like, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Amazing. My brother should be a chef. Like, I swear he can cook. But anyway, And so is my husband. I am just so blessed. I'm so lucky to have people in my family who can cook. But anyway, enough food talk. I'm probably making you hungry. I finished up taping the floor down, and after that, I went home. I was not feeling well. I still have a leftover cold. You can probably hear it in my voice, but it got pretty bad. So I was like, I can't do it anymore. I gotta go. I went home, and my dad and my brother took over. My dad worked on cutting all the trim, framing out the window, and my brother then came up here the next day, painted the trim, and nailed it in place. Then he put in the rug that I purchased and put the futon back in place. So we're kind of back in business. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and start decorating. And my sister-in-law grabbed some pillows and some blankets from Walmart. I think these are from Dollar General. She got a few little decor pieces as well and a candle. And then I went today and got 2 lamps and these little end tables to put on either side of the futon. So hopefully they fit okay. There's not as much space as I thought there was going to be on either side. But I'm going to set them up and try it out and see. So I didn't end up using the tables, and I wanted to tell you why. So the number one reason was because they were extremely cheap. Very cheap. They looked cheap. They were made very poorly. These are the type of tables that one of my nephews lean against these, it's going to come crashing down. So I decided to return them. And something I'm learning, and I've learned over time, is that sometimes going with the cheapest option is not always the best option. Although it might work in the moment, I personally feel like I spend more money in the long run when I'm trying to go too cheap because I'm having to replace the cheaper items versus if I buy a better quality item that's going to last me forever. So it's always good to keep that in mind. And if you're on a budget and you can't just go out and buy a brand new bedroom furniture set or, brand new end tables, shop secondhand. I will definitely be keeping an eye out at thrift stores and stuff like that. But due to the time crunch of this makeover, I was trying to just find an option and it didn't work out. And I just wanted to share with you that it's okay sometimes if you don't have everything at once. This is a perfect example of a moment that I didn't even have to buy these. I literally could have just used the tables that were up here, which I ended up using in the end result anyway. And even though they're not perfect, it still works. The room doesn't have to be 1000% perfect the first go around. Sometimes it takes time to gather items and to make a space feel like home. It takes time. Alright, so those little stands that I bought are way too small. So up here they just had these. I'm just going to use them for now because I don't have any other stands. And we're going to make it work. We're just going to go with that. So as I decorate the space, you will notice I change things a lot. The best way to know if you're going to like it is to try it. And another great way is to take videos and photos as you go and then go back later and go through them, because sometimes what you might not like in the moment, you will go back later on and see it in a video or a photo and be like, oh my gosh, I actually really like the way I had it set up right there. Let me go back and put it back that way. So always remember to take photos, videos if you can, and, just try it out. What's the worst that could happen? You have to move it again. It's not that big of a deal. And sometimes it takes me hours to get something right, but, it's like art. It's like you have to keep practicing to get it perfect.
And over, you cry yourself to sleep, and you are colder, much colder. If only you could see. Don't you know that you're beautiful, just the way you are, just the way you came. Don't you know that you're beautiful, no matter what the scars, no matter what they say. And we'll shout it out
I ordered some of these little puck lights from Amazon, and I'm going to attempt to use these as like recessed lighting. They're battery operated and they have remotes, so they should work pretty good. It's not going to be for like, you know, constant use, but I feel like if it looks okay, I think it'll be nice.
It all will come back once the tables turn. Bolder, go bolder. Now set your sails on high.
Okay, so I don't love the way it looks on the ceiling up here. I feel like it just looks kind of cheap. So what I'm gonna do is do 3 on top of the loft and 3 in their closet instead. That way it'll give them some lighting in the closet and on the top whenever they're up there, because there's not a whole lot of light, especially at nighttime. So we're gonna do 3 and 3 and hope that it looks okay.
You're stronger, much stronger than they will ever be. Don't you know that you're beautiful, just the way you are, just the way you can.
Okay, so there's like a huge like hole right here in the wall, so I'm gonna hang these deer horns that my sister-in-law already had in here, because I'm just trying to use like up a lot of the stuff that she already has. So I'm gonna mark on the wall where this needs to go. Boom. Alright, it is time for the best part, the before and after. So here's a quick reminder how the room looked before we got started, and this is what it looks like now. Alright, so here is the finished room tour. Oh my gosh, you guys, let me know in the comments below what you think. I love it. It's very cabin feeling, warm, cozy, exactly the, you know, the style and the feel that we were going for, and I think we really did a great job at incorporating, you know, still like a country cabin feel, but still updated so it doesn't look super outdated, and it looks good. And we saved a lot of money using a lot of things that we already had on hand. So some of the biggest changes we made were obviously painting. I painted this whole lower half, the urban bronze, and then we decided to go ahead and go all the way up to the ceiling on both sides here, and they got new lights as well, and that just immediately made it look so much better. If you look back on my previous video, I had stopped the color here and it just looked off. It just looked like the room wasn't finished. So taking that color all the way up and leaving just the ceiling white was a genius idea. So big shout out to my sister-in-law. She helped me a lot with this project, you know, just like the design ideas. She also shopped for some pillows. She was sending me photos while she was shopping, and we were kind of shopping together but not shopping together at the same time. But anyway, over here the rug is from Ollie's. The flooring is also from Ollie's. This blanket right here is just one of those like really inexpensive fleece blankets from Walmart. That was like $5, $5 or $6, I think. This pillow is from Dollar General for $10. I think these are $14 a piece at Walmart, or $16 maybe. But she got 2 of those, and then this gray pillow is also from Walmart, but I had just had that one. It just looked kind of plain without it, so I just threw it up there really quick for like the after shot. And then the curtains, she got those from Dollar General. They are blackout curtains, which is great, so that way they will have their privacy whenever they go to bed at night. And check this out. My dad framed out this window, and I think he did such a good job. I love that. I love that so much. I want him to come do all mine. So next up, a lot of the decor that's on, well, all the decor that's on the walls was already here. I didn't buy any of that. I bought the lamps from Dollar General. They're $20 a piece, and they come with the lampshades, so that's not too bad. My sister-in-law got this. It says the best is yet to come. It was $3 from Dollar General. She already had this cute little antler candle. And then over here, she bought this candle as well from Dollar General. So I just added that and those antlers she had, and I just hung those up on the wall to cover up. There's a pretty bad imperfection right here, and it covered it really nicely. All right, and then this little basket, I believe she also got this from Dollar General. I have one very similar. If it's not from Dollar General, then I think she probably got it from like TJ Maxx. But the blanket that's in it is from Walmart. I was going to use it on the futon, but it just looked like it was too much tan going on with the curtains and this throw. So I decided just to throw this one in here. She can use it if she wants to. But she's going to use this basket for the kids' toys. And this is what the curtains look like up close, by the way. On one side, they're shiny, so I'm assuming that's like to help reflect the light and the heat, which is nice. Oh, and the curtain rods I got from Ollie's. They're really inexpensive there. This one is kind of drooping in the center. I just need to add one more hook up there, and I'll get to that eventually. But then, coming up here, I did build this railing out of just some wood from Lowe's. I kind of just made my own 4x4 just to save money. It can always be replaced if they want to, but it works. It's super sturdy, and it'll keep them from rolling off the bed. And the bedding is from Dollar General. It was $30 for the comforter and the 2 pillows. And then this green one is from Dollar General. It was also $10. Then the puck lights, I got those from Amazon. I can link those for you. It came with a little remote. And yeah. Oh, and she ordered the lights right here and the one that's down there from Amazon. So I'll link those for you if you were interested. This is a little gun rack that was already in here. You probably saw me take this down. It was over here on this wall though, whenever I originally took it down, and it just was kind of a tight fit. Also, I just liked the way it looked here instead. It just kind of, filled this huge wall. So it worked out really good. The last thing we do have to do is replace the door or paint it. It just kind of ran out of time, but it looks really good, and they're super happy with the room, and that makes me happy because that was the ultimate goal, was just to create a space that they loved. Then inside of the closet, these are not attached right now. I'm just kind of, I'm gonna have to use 2 hands. I just put them up. My brother took the little thing off. He wants to leave it open, so they have to like finish up the shelving, but I'm going to show you what he's got going on in here real fast. All right, so then here is how the closet looks. So basically this is going to be like their storage area, but my sister-in-law is ordering some like matching bins, so everything looks really nice. And then my brother wanted to put, so basically what they're going to do is make like a little kitchenette area here, and it'll be really nice. So he's going to run some electrical into here, but I added these extra lights that I had in here just to kind of light it up a bit so they could see. And not only are these remote operated, but you can also, push them if you need to, or if you lose the remote or something. And then I just left some extra batteries somewhere. I don't remember where I put them. They're down there in that box. That way, if any of the batteries go dead, they'll have extras, but that is it. Alright, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please just take a moment and give this video a quick thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this transformation. Is it something that you would recreate? What do you think of the dark color now that everything is all done? I know some of you were kind of like on the fence. Feel free to let me know what you think down below. But thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!